From Rory McIlroy, the world's number 3, throwing a viral temper tantrum, to Woody Austin breaking his putter over his head. Here are some times the golfers just couldn't handle the pressure. And of course, we have to start with one of the best golfers in the PGA, Rory McIlroy. Rory isn't the type of person to lose it easily, but I guess everyone has their moments. Rory is an incredible player, and nobody can deny that. But by the time this particular US Open came, he hadn't won a major in 8 years.
A little bit of rust to start the week, but hopefully I can shake that off. And I've got a great record here, so I've great confidence in that. But yeah, it's a long year.
And if you haven't been keeping in touch with golf these recent years, you'll know that Rory did catch up eventually. But the 2022 US Open wasn't it. Well, at least his performance was still impressive, even if it was overshadowed by a viral video of him losing it over a bunker. The golfer was in the lead until it came to the 14th hole, where he found himself in a rough position above a bunker. He, of course, tried to get out of trouble, which really didn't go well, considering he just managed to find another one. So if you're wondering, it takes 2 bunkers to make one of the best golfers smash his club twice. Rory did not apologize for his behavior, stating that it was times like these that reminded him just how much golf meant to him. Good for him, I guess, because as much as I understand his anger, the club had no part to play in his misfortune. But then again, breaking their clubs is common practice among raging golfers.
I thought I was going to be the first person to do the race to Dubai and FedEx double, but Stenson, I guess, did it in 2013. So, but it's still a nice little thing to have.
Take Woody Austin as an example. Woody, unlike fellow golfer Rory, is actually quite known for his temper tantrums. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the only reason most people have ever heard of him. But one particular incident takes the cake. And I know you've heard of this one, seeing that despite the fact it's been over a decade, Austin is still trying to live it down. It was the 89th PGA Championship, and the now 59-year-old had just made a terrible putt. Instead of sucking it up and promising to do better next time, as most golfers do, this guy decided to bang his putter to his head till it bent. Yeah, he probably wasn't able to use his brain for a long time after that. Woody wasn't the only one who decided to play ping pong instead of golf, but at least this player didn't use his head. Henny Otto. Yes, I'm talking about the rather questionable performance in the 2005 Nashua Masters. If you're wondering what I'm talking about,
it was a bit breezy, not too much, maybe a 2-club win, but the greens in the afternoon is not too good. I think the grass grows a bit quicker in the afternoons and it starts to get a bit bumpy, so it's a bit tricky out there. But yeah, I mean, it was for everyone the same, so...
Well, the ball was hardly 6 to 7 feet from the hole, and Otto missed it.
I made the putt that was makeable, and yeah, it's not easy. I mean, at one stage it went to a 3-club win, nearly a 4-club win today. So, yeah, I mean, if you hit good irons and don't miss the fairways, you can score.
Which is perfectly fine, but instead of taking a deep breath and focusing while he tried again, the golfer proceeded to have a meltdown as he missed the hole several times, despite the fact the ball was only a foot or two away. Speaking of childish tantrums, you probably know which player I'm going to talk about next. For all the incredible shots and the legendary name he's made for himself in the world of golf, he has his shortcomings. Tiger Woods, like Austin, is also known for his temper tantrums, and nothing defeats the way he completely lost it at the 2012 Masters. Had he won, it would have been his 5th Masters win, but only a day or two in, it seemed like the chances of him being crowned the winner was dropping. Soon enough, they reached the underwater trenches, and that's when Tiger completely lost it. He threw his 9-iron to the floor and sent it flying with a furious kick after yet another bad shot.
Today was, again, it's like I told him, it's a practice day. It's a practice round. We're taking a look at the golf course. And for me, I focused on the front nine, making sure that I had my feels to hit shots. Once I got that, I shut it down.
As Nick Faldo, the CBS analyst, said, it became obvious pretty soon that Tiger had lost both his chance at winning and his mind. A recurring theme in this list, apparently, along with breaking clubs. Take Henry Stenson as an example. Henrik was looking forward to winning the 2011 US Open, but things didn't really go his way. But that's all right, there's always next year. No need to throw a temper tantrum and break your club in half.
I don't know, I mean, it's early in the season, it's the first outing, and I've got a few things I need to work on and just try and carry that on. We obviously nowhere near where we want to be in terms of the tournament itself, so I guess we'll just smell the roses and enjoy the sunshine hopefully tomorrow.
Yet Stenson didn't get the memo. It was the bad shot that set him off, but when he decided he'd had enough, what followed? A tantrum that was remembered for years. Not only did he think that the best response was to break his club in half, but he also hurt his hand in the process. And that was the end of any chances that he'd catch up with Rory and win. It's really hard to play golf with a cut on your hand, not that I know from experience. But let's just say that win went to Rory, and Henrik didn't manage to put up too much of a fight. Well, at least not all players tend to break their clubs.
Well, I did play with Sevi a couple of times way back in the early part of my career, so I think he would go down as one of the most talented players. That would be the 4-iron that I hit on 17, final round at the 2016 Open.
There are the likes of Kevin Chappell. Don't you like the way your ball just isn't hitting the mark? I know, swear. That might make it listen to you. At least Kevin seemed to think it would work for him. Maybe I'll try it the next time I golf, because I know that there's no other way I'll ever manage to play a decent golf round. At least this is one of the few times Kevin made headlines for the wrong reason. Sergio Garcia definitely can't relate to that sentiment. Sergio is no doubt the best golf player who is yet to win a major, but that doesn't mean that he makes any fewer headlines than, say, Rory or Phil, except most of the time it's for all the wrong reasons. Mostly it's yet another temper tantrum. Last year he posted on Twitter about how eager he was to leave the PGA Tour, and how in only a few more weeks he'll finally be able to get rid of them. And of course, this is far from his best temper tantrums.
To post a couple good rounds from the team and from myself and the rest of the guys, and we're gonna need another couple good ones tomorrow. We want to keep finishing the top 3 like we've done the last couple of tournaments.
Once, when Sergio hit a shot he didn't like during the World Match Play, for a while he thought about doing the old club throw. But I guess he wanted to try something different, since instead he took off his shoe and hurled it into the crowd. Then there's that time when during the 13th hole he missed a 6-footer and tapped in and removed his ball. But then he decided to replace it with his saliva. There's also the time he wasn't satisfied with his reloaded shot at the Thailand Golf Championship in 2011. That time, he decided to express his displeasure with a traditional club throw. Sergio is nothing if not creative with how to throw a tantrum. At the US Open in 2012, he chose one of ESPN's microphones to take the brunt of his anger. Never a dull moment with this guy. Sergio isn't the only one with a short fuse. Charlie Hoffman doesn't handle his mistakes that well either. After he missed 2 pretty easy putts, he probably thought that he'd be better off without a putter for the remainder of the afternoon. And he acted on his thought as he, without hesitation, decided to throw his putter into the water. I mean, I'm not really sure what he did for the rest of the day, but my bets are on him missing a bunch of more putts. Let's just say it wasn't Charlie's greatest moment. What with his failure to make a putt and being unable to control his temper. Well, that's all for all the times that golf players weren't able to handle the pressure, decided to throw a temper tantrum.